So in this lesson, we look at these things called similar triangles. Now, you might know what similar means. Similar is when things are kind of sort of the same, but not exactly the same, because if they were exactly the same, they would be congruent. So similar is when things have commonalities, but they're not exactly the same. So in terms of triangles, when two angles in one triangle are congruent to two angles in another triangle, the third angle is congruent and the triangles are similar. So there are two triangles that are not necessarily the exact same size, but they have all of their angles the same measurement. And the symbol for similar is a little squiggle. It's kind of like the congruent symbol, because similar and congruent are kind of in the same family. So the congruent symbol is the equal sign with the squiggle on top, and similar is just the squiggle. So let's use that rule to figure out if these triangles are similar. So we've got a 75, a 50, and an X, and we've got a 75, a 50, and a Y. Well, if they both have 75 and 50, and the total number of degrees in a triangle must be 180, then X and Y have to be the same, but you can calculate it to figure it out, so you get your calculator. 75 plus 50 is 125, so 180 minus 125 is 55. So this is 55. But obviously this is also going to be 55 because it's still 75 and 50, right? So it'd still be 180 minus 125. So if they have all of the same angle measurements, then yes, they are similar. All right, let's look at the next one. So in this triangle, we have 63 and a 54. And we have two 63s. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not similar, because this could be a 63 and this could be a 54, and then they're all the same. So you have to actually calculate it. So 63 and 54 is, I'm trying to do mental math, that is 117. So then when I subtract, I get 63. Oh, so they are, right? Because 63 and 63 is 126. And when you subtract that, you get 54. So see, just because it didn't look identical from the beginning, doesn't mean that they're not. So these are also similar. All right, why don't you try example 3 and 4 on your own? All right, check your answers and fix any mistakes that you had. Oh, whoops, that says 66. Example 2 is a very high school style question. They're asking you if they're similar. And in high school, they would give you more stuff and say, find out these values. Whereas here, they're just asking you, can you determine if they're similar? And I'm going to tell you that they are. And here's how. Let's separate the triangle. So I'm going to draw a triangle JKL. And here's triangle JMN. So there are the big triangles. And you can see that angle J is in both of them. And what they tell you is that this segment right here, KL, is parallel to this segment MN, and they do that because they give you those little dashes on the lines. That tells you that they're parallel, and if we draw JM as a transversal, then we have some of our cool relationships that we learned in an earlier lesson. We have that this angle K is congruent to this angle M. And for the same reason, we have that angle L would be congruent to angle angle N. But all we need to create similar triangles are two angles that are congruent. So since we figured out, based on parallel lines, that we do have congruent angles, then we can say that they're similar. So our reason is, yes, they're similar. We have angle J is congruent to angle J. And then the first angle that I figured out was angle JKL is congruent to angle JMN. And because we have two angles the same, two angles congruent makes them similar. We use these skills in what we called indirect measurement, which we're going to look at in example 3. Indirect measurement uses similar figures to find a missing measure that is difficult to find directly. Let's see what that means. What does indirect measurement mean? You plan to cross a river and want to know how far it is to the other side. So you wouldn't take a ruler and throw it across the river. How do you find the distance across a river? You take measurements on your side of the river and you make the drawing shown below. So they're telling us that we have to explain why the two triangles are similar. So that must mean that since they already know that they're similar, they must have two angles that are the same. And if you look at the picture, you can see that they both have a 90-degree angle right here. So that's one angle that they both have in common. So we have to figure out where the other angle is. And the other angle is this vertical angle. These right here are vertical angles. Angle ACB is congruent to angle DCE because they're vertical angles. Remember, vertical angles are angles that are created when two lines intersect. And so now we have two angles the same. So we have this, and then we also have that angle ABC is congruent to angle DEC because they are both 90 degrees. Two angles congruent makes them similar. Now let's find the distance. Since we know they're similar, we can make a proportion using corresponding sides. So our matching sides are the 60 is corresponding with the x, the same way that the 50 corresponds with the 40. And since I start with the 60, I'm going to, in this fraction, in this ratio, I have to start with the 50 in this other ratio because they're both from the big triangle. So now we just do our cross multiplication. We have 50 times x equals 60 times 40. So that's 50x equals 2,400. Calculator powered up. 2,400 divided by 50 is 48. So that means that the distance across the river is 48 feet. If you have any questions, write them down and ask me when you come to class.